I have a question for you. How do you best survive modern dating? Survive, not just survive, but thrive. Susan Winter here. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Thank you for your tremendous support. This is a question that I have been thinking about so much. This is when they ask interview questions like, what's the thing that keeps you up at night? This is the one that keeps me up at night. The ongoing impact of the bad behavior that is currently exhibited in our dating world and its short-term as well as long-term effect upon all of you. Because looking at the consultations that I'm getting, listening to my clients, reading the video requests that are coming in here, I mean, I know that so many of you are struggling mightily to gear up for dating, to gird yourself and go into battle one more time in the hopes of finding the love that you see in your mind and you want to create for yourself. And I know that it can be at times a very tricky transit where you're starting to wonder, am I resilient or is this a little masochistic? Because I can't tell anymore. So here's my suggestion as to how to handle this. One, dating today does take resilience and it does take you knowing your side of the street. That's what you do when you come online and you check out your favorite YouTube people, you listen to podcasts, you work with your therapist, and you have learned the skills of being a good partner, a great communicator, one that knows how to identify their boundaries and defend their boundaries with diplomacy and tact, somebody who can speak up for yourself, and somebody who knows where you want to go in the relationship. Because if you don't know where you want to go, you will go where they take you. So if you have a pretty good handle on all of that, and you're going out in the dating world and hitting one disaster after the next, you can begin to develop a history, a pattern of negative outcomes where you're thinking there's something wrong with you. But if you are experiencing bad behavior on their part, ghosting, gaslighting, or any one of the thousands of terms that we all know now for behavior that is inconsiderate, thoughtless, selfish, narcissistic, or just plain off, it's a them problem. So today's discussion is the you and the them. A them problem is bad behavior, okay? And you all know it. We've done all the words, okay? So everybody knows what bad behavior is. If you are experiencing bad behavior, do not think the entire world is filled with bad behavior. Yes, much of the bad behavior, like ghosting, has become normalized. You have a great first date and then you get ghosted and you're like, I didn't deserve it. Of course you didn't deserve it. Nobody deserved it, but it's what that person did. So what's adding to the stress and the unbelievable mental agony and emotional agony is that you're oftentimes incentivized to go into the loop of, gee, why did that happen? Did I say something wrong? I said too much. Oh no, I didn't say enough. Oh, maybe I looked too interested. Oh, I should have played it cool. And then you'll start reading the text messages. Did I put the wrong emoji in here? Oh, I came on too strong. Oh, I played it too cool. If they had bad behavior and they did something off, it's off. Done. Analysis over. Stop picking at the wound. Stop it. It's a them thing. If you know how to communicate and you were communicating and you were being forthright and you were clear on what you wanted and you had good behavior, then it's a them thing. Case done. Don't wallow in it. That's where you lose time. You need to filter and go next, 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 next. That is not a person who has your skill set. They're not capable of being a partner who can communicate, know what they want, and act like a human being. Okay, have good civil behavior. So that's them. You is when there are patterns over and over and over. True, they could all have bad behavior, But the question is, why is it happening to you over and over? And that could be a simple adjustment. Are you fishing in the wrong pond? Are you attracted to people who, one, don't want what you want, two, don't want what you want and don't want it with you? Why do you do that? This is, if you want a relationship, that's not something you should be convincing somebody to want to do. They should be locked and loaded and want a relationship. Otherwise, don't feel surprised when you get a negative outcome because they didn't want that. If you want to go to LA, don't be upset because they told you they're going to Detroit. That's the way that one works. So that's a you thing that can be corrected. Go find your tribe, people who want what you want, people who can articulate it. Look for people who are fine human beings. If I had only one thing I could ever tell you that's going to help you, look for a human being you respect. I didn't say looks hot. I didn't say want to get in bed. I didn't say has a lot of money. I didn't say drives a fancy car. I said a human being you respect. Now, they might have those things, but the quality, the character that they present is somebody you inherently admire. They have an ethical center point. They have a moral compass. They have within them a code of behavior that they live by that is polite and thoughtful and seeks not to do harm. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I haven't seen that in a long time. Keep looking. Next. If you haven't seen that in a long time, you're just looking in the wrong places. It does exist because you exist. You wouldn't be cruel to somebody, would you? So do you think it's impossible that there'd be another person cut like you? So when we see a narcissist, no, our narcissist, done. You don't need to go into a year's worth of therapy about this. You don't need to think about it for an entire weekend or journal for 2 weeks and cry to your friends and reread all the text messages. A narcissist. Next, go, because what's hurting you, why you're not surviving dating, is you're not assessing it for what it is, seeing it for what it is, and moving on and taking care of yourself. That's when resilience becomes masochistic. You see what I'm saying? Because you're dwelling and sitting in the problem and harming yourself. Not necessary. A person who wants what you want, they have good behavior, they're clear, they can communicate, they have normal reactions. The reactions they have are equal to whatever the event is. They're not catastrophizing situations, they're not a drama king or queen. And if you see those things, please, you're not a magician. You can't change them. Their disposition is what it is. There are inherently kind, good, loving people and people who are inherently, you know, just willful, selfish, self-indulgent, superficial people that come to utilize people and things for their own pleasure. And when they're done, they're done. Know the difference, and you will easily survive, and not just survive, but thrive in this time period of modern dating. Susan Winter for susanwinter.net. And if you need a little help in that, chat me up. Don't suffer and wonder. Just book a consultation. I do it in 45-minute sessions, in 1-hour sessions, and a special 3-hour in-person session, A Day with Susan. So check that out, and thank you very much. And remember, it is possible to find love. You will survive and thrive. Thank you, everyone.